How are you guys? Welcome back to Wargaming China. And now I'm just going to do a little after action report from the two games from the two scenarios that I have replayed or recreated for the first Battle of Shanghai, the January 28th incident. Okay, so as you can remember, if you saw my last video, is the attack on Changhua Pang. I explained that I wasn't doing the naval assault on Wusong Fort, so I was just going to include the guns of the Wusong forts in my game at the assault on Changhua Pang. So how did the game go? Well, the Japanese got ashore and actually I'll start at the other end. Okay, so thanks to my new mate Alexander Wong. I got your name wrong in the last video, mate, I'm sorry. Yeah, so thanks to my mate Alexander Wong, I was able to deduce from the sandbanks and the tide and the times of the tide the approach line, the line of approach of the landing craft for the assault on Changhua Pang, which made the game a little bit more accurate, which always helps. That's what we're always after. Now, I played a 10-turn game, and I gave the Japanese 6 turns of air support. As you can see, they concentrated mainly on the Wusong Fort. Well, they concentrated solely on the Wusong Fort. But they knocked out 2 guns, killed some men, but the pom-pom gun did see off a few attacks. So that worked pretty well. It worked actually how I hoped it would. So a 10-turn game, 1 gun of the Wusong Fort was still firing at the end of it. If we look now, you can see Navy figures crewing the guns. Well, I built them for the defense of Jiangnin Naval Station in 1937 Shanghai, but they were the only crews I had for big guns. The big guns are for Shapeways. They're Type 11 140mm Japanese Navy guns. Now, I previously said that also that at Wusong there were opinions differed as to what guns were in action. Well, I can add to that today. 3 120mm Armstrong Whitworths were fitted onto 3 different armoured trains that the Japanese built in October of 1932. And I know this not from a written reference, but I have a great book on armoured trains by Mallet. I can't remember the guy's name. Anyway, in there's a big long text about Japanese trains, and there they are, the guns themselves. So we know that the Chinese had 120mm Armstrong Whitworths in action against the Japanese. We know they were in action because the Japanese, when they took control of the fort, seized what guns they had, and they mounted them on 3 armoured trains. Okay, so as the assault force came in, I pretended that the 3 Sokutais were destroyers with 275, 2 3-inch guns each, and they had to lay for smoke, roll to lay smoke. Now, they didn't really get a lot of shots off that were accurate because they were firing through their own smoke. But the Chinese gunners on the Wusong forts did manage to make blazing wrecks out of the 2 ships. There was only one survived to offer fire support on the beach and that fire support was pretty accurate and deadly. So the ships did their job. They did stream the fleet, their landing craft. The landing craft landed with no casualties. They proceeded to assault Chiang Pang, which I'm defending with figures from my 5th Army. You can see that there was a 20mm anti-aircraft gun on the roof. Well, because I'm kind of playing this as a campaign, I made sure to try to get the off table straight away rather than getting it knocked out. So this was the situation at turn 10. End of turn 10. The Japanese had cleaned out 2 companies of Chinese troops and were massing for an attack on a large factory. So we'll definitely call that a Japanese victory, but an expensive one. 2 ships down, the Wusong Fort's still in action. So now I'm going to go to the other game that I played, the defense of Tiantongan Station. Now, this game went exactly as the initial battle went. The Japanese managed to push forward, then were pushed back, set up barricades, and are now awaiting reinforcements. This was a very tough game. I had to, it was very hard to get the Japanese to go anywhere without getting too many casualties. And remember, in this battle, they had to move about 700 meters to get to the main road to the crossing of the railway. So that was a very long 700 meters. So what I'll probably do with this attack, because once reinforcements arrived on the 1st of February, the Japanese did push forward again, but mainly in Jiabei. So this is a game that I could take the 2 scenarios, the 2 pushes by the Japanese Navy, and turn them into one scenario, or I could do them as 2 separate scenarios and set up here and reinforce. Of course, this is the beauty of having your own shed. You can leave everything set up, nobody messes with it. Now, I don't usually do after action reports, but I just wanted to give a big shout out to my mate Jalen, Chen Yin Chu, who's in hospital. So I thought I'd do this video for him, so he can cheer up. If you are out there in COVID land, I'm locked down in Sydney. Take care of yourself, make sure you keep in contact with your family. So there you go. The Chinese hadn't had much casualties. So in the coming days, the Chinese counterattack in Jiabei will grind to a halt. And as I said, by the 7th, troops from this line will be getting, this line will be getting thinned out for the defense of Wusong, the Suqiao Creek, the Wusong Creek, and Kiangwan. Okay, thanks for watching. Press subscribe if you want. See you later. Bye.